Greetings. It's Sermon on the Heap. Woohoo! Yes, it's Father Finney's little congregation and YouTube broadcast of my successes and failures over the last week. Where do I stand on that front? Well, first of all, I've got a little bit of a cold, so that could be classed as a failure. Um, However, to clear my nasals, I've just eaten 11 spicy chicken wings, which is the perfect thing to do before going on video, is to have your face spattered with juice and meat hanging between your teeth. So, look like a bit of I suppose that shark in Jaws. I don't know what its name was. Everyone's called it Jaws, but its name might have been Steve or something. I don't know. But yeah, that shark would have just bits of bicycles and meats and flippers stuck between his teeth. That's how I feel right now. But moving on to the actual point and relevance of why you're here. So this week I have been speaking with David Ditchfield. The show will be in the comments beneath. David Ditchfield survived, well, sort of survived, a near-death experience and basically came back with artistic abilities. Quite envious of what he went through. Not the trauma, but the abilities he gained from doing that. And the main thing I was getting from that is the idea of being in present time. That's quite a hard concept to think of. Being in present time. How do you really do it? So I'm going to be looking into various ways of things out there that put you in present time. So your attention isn't on the future, it isn't in the past. You're wholly in the now. So you're wholly able to create and be and do whatever it is you see fit to do. Chris Ryan was another guest. He of mindwars.uk, and basically he investigates stuff. Now, someone go, it's conspiracy theory, yada yada yada. No, he only researches the stuff that is actually available to the public domain, and then gets the dots and connects them together, and paints a very interesting map of the world of control. So he was a great guest. What could I have gained from Chris in that regard? It's a subject of doing research, but for me, it's living in what feels like being a minority. If you have a different point of view to the mainstream media or the mainstream narrative, you sort of end up, or I do, end up living with a negative spirit, shall we say, because in essence, I suppose I'm at polarity to the other spirits, as it were. So, yeah, he gave me good tools on that, and you can find that within that episode. And on my daily thing, I'm looking down here because I've got my notes, because I can spiel away, and then after I finish, I go, oh, I forgot. So, what have I done? Following passion more. Have I followed my passion more? Yes, I have followed my passion more this week. Hasn't paid the bills, but I have followed my passion more, so I'm a bit more uptone than I was probably a week ago. In addition to that, I've answered people more in another Daily Steps episode. Even if it's no, go away, not interested. Or I call them out. It's good. It's good fun. Watching films. I love doing that. It doesn't feel productive. However, if I set it as an end goal for the day, if I get blah done, I can watch this film. Or at the end of the week, if my statistics are up, I'll buy an old DVD for £1 or £2 as a reward. Woohoo! Yeah, it's get a reward. Sun. I've been getting plenty of sun despite the anemic appearance of me. Yeah. More sun has been ongoing. I've done a lot of walking over the last 3 or 4 days. And stop listening to advice is the primary thing. That went out on a Daily Steps today. Because from what I've researched and listening to so many people in the book, well, there's an audiobook by Tim Ferriss. Typical, the title escapes me right now. But he basically interviews near enough 100 people of great success, big company leaders, actors, musicians, etc. And one of the questions is on the subject of advice. What is the worst advice you've heard given to others? From what I can work out and what I've heard, advice sucks. You need to observe and copy those that you respect or you look up to. Don't go asking for advice, because advice is not the actual thing you want. More on that in that episode if you find it. And that's it, really. So this is a week. I'm still alive. At this moment today, despite debts and issues, I don't feel like blowing my brains out. So that must be a win. Hey! Yeah, and on to the next week. Quite a few guests lined up. I'm hoping it's fun. I know it'll be fun. You know what? I'm going to make it fun. Screw it. I'm going to commit to that. And yes, here's to a land where, as the Prime Minister said this week, the UK has been very brave over the last year. But as I've advised on another channel, this is coming from a man who's a compulsive pathological liar. and has been fired from jobs for doing such, as in lying. Therefore, what he must be saying is that we're cowards. He's labelling the country cowards. He's rubbing our noses in it. Well, we can't argue with him. He's our leader, apparently. Not being political here, I just think the guy's insane. And anyone who thinks he's a worthy man of leadership are insane. And on that note, podcast away.